There's something about the winter months that calls for a cozy, nostalgic atmosphere. Whether you're snuggled up by the fireplace or gathering around the dining table for a warm meal, your home should feel like an inviting haven from the cold. In the second part of our green and white rustic winter decor series, we're diving deeper into how you can transform your vintage farmhouse into a cozy, rustic retreat, perfect for winter. If you're craving the charm and timeless beauty of vintage farmhouse style, mixed with the refreshing colors of green and white, this guide will walk you through the essential steps to make your home feel like a true winter wonderland. Let's start with the foundation of any rustic farmhouse decor: natural materials. The earthy tones and raw textures are essential to creating a warm, inviting atmosphere. Wood, stone, metal, and natural textiles form the backbone of rustic design, making your space feel grounded and authentic. This season, the key is to add the elements that highlight the charm of winter while preserving the classic simplicity of vintage farmhouse decor. Begin with your furniture. In a farmhouse-style home, the furniture should reflect both comfort and history. Start by integrating reclaimed wooden pieces into your home. A vintage wooden coffee table, perhaps with a distressed finish, can serve as a central feature in your living room. Pair it with a soft, cozy rug in shades of off-white or muted green to create a soft texture contrast. Next, layer in your seating. Choose armchairs or sofas that invite you to sink into them, with soft fabrics that emphasize comfort. Linen and cotton fabrics in neutral tones of white, cream, and soft green are ideal for this look. Layer your seating with throws and pillows to add depth and warmth. A throw blanket in a rich green hue or a woolen knit blanket can bring a touch of texture to the space, while oversized pillows in white or green add that extra cozy touch. For added warmth and comfort, consider adding vintage farmhouse-inspired curtains. Sheer white curtains or linen drapes with a subtle green tint will allow soft light to filter into your home, creating a cozy, inviting glow. If you want to add more visual interest, consider opting for plaid or checkered patterns in green and white. This classic print evokes a timeless rustic charm that works beautifully in a winter setting. Let's not forget about the walls. Walls play a major role in setting the tone for any room, and in a vintage farmhouse, they should feel warm and inviting. Opt for muted tones of white or pale green to keep the space light and airy. If you want to add more depth, consider using a matte paint finish for a more rustic look. Accent walls in deeper shades of green can bring a sense of calm, perfect for a winter retreat. For a truly vintage feel, look for weathered wood or shiplap panels, which create texture and visual interest. When it comes to lighting, nothing quite sets the mood like soft, warm lighting. Choose vintage-style light fixtures in matte metal or brass finishes for that rustic, antique look. Pendant lights with metal shades or chandeliers with exposed bulbs can create a charming focal point in your home, adding both style and function. For added warmth, make use of candles. Nothing says rustic winter decor like a few flickering candles on a mantel or side table. Choose beeswax or soy candles in soft green or white tones to complement your color palette. Now, let's turn our attention to the heart of the home, the kitchen. In a vintage farmhouse, the kitchen is where the magic happens. Start by focusing on your countertops and shelves. Display vintage kitchenware in shades of green and white, such as rustic ceramic bowls, old-fashioned canisters, and glass jars filled with dried herbs or pine cones. This not only adds functionality to your space but also brings in those subtle, rustic touches that elevate the decor. Your dining area should also reflect the vintage farmhouse style. Consider a large farmhouse table with a distressed wood finish, which instantly creates a warm, welcoming vibe. Set your table with vintage green and white dinnerware, perhaps with a floral pattern or a simple, rustic design. Adding white linen napkins and a green table runner will bring the color scheme together beautifully. One of the most delightful aspects of winter is the emphasis on gathering together with loved ones. In a vintage farmhouse kitchen, you can enhance this gathering atmosphere with the right touches. Add a vintage baker's rack or open shelving to display your kitchen essentials. This open display gives your kitchen a lived-in, authentic feel, which is exactly what you want in a rustic winter retreat. Place a few potted plants on the shelves, ivy, rosemary, or even a small Christmas tree in a simple green pot, adding both life and a touch of nature to your space. Moving on to accessories, let's dive deeper into how to enhance the rustic charm with green and white accents. A beautiful vintage farmhouse rug can make a huge difference in a room. Look for woven wool or jute rugs in neutral tones, such as ivory or soft beige, with a hint of green. The rug should be large enough to cover the floor space of your seating area, creating a comfortable, defined space for relaxation. Add a layer of texture by using wool throws, chunky knitted blankets, or faux fur accents to create that soft, inviting look. Wall decor in your vintage farmhouse should reflect the charm of the winter season while keeping with the rustic theme. Think vintage frames, old maps, or signs with handwritten fonts that evoke a sense of nostalgia. A large, green wreath can be hung on the wall or placed on your door, signaling the beauty of winter. Fresh greenery like eucalyptus or pine branches can be used throughout your home to bring a natural, festive touch. Don't overlook the power of a fireplace. If you have a fireplace, it should undoubtedly be the focal point of the room during the winter months. Adorn the mantel with simple green garlands, fresh pine cones, and vintage candle holders. A wooden stocking holder or small rustic wooden shelves can hold stockings or small trinkets, adding a personal touch. Above the mantel, consider hanging a vintage mirror or a weathered frame with a family photo, creating a personal connection to the space. Outside, make sure the exterior of your home reflects the same warmth and rustic charm. A front porch decorated with a mix of greenery and white winter accents will set the tone as guests approach your home. Hang green wreaths on the doors, add a few cozy lanterns on the steps, and arrange vintage-style planters with evergreens, holly, or simple white flowers. The greenery will pop against the winter backdrop, creating a beautiful, welcoming entrance. In your outdoor spaces, use rustic elements to maintain the vintage farmhouse aesthetic. Add wood furniture, such as a rustic bench or Adirondack chairs, and layer them with cozy throw blankets and pillows in shades of green and white. If you're lucky enough to have a fire pit, create a seating area around it. The crackling fire and outdoor winter ambience will add an extra layer of comfort and charm to your rustic winter wonderland. Winter is also the perfect time to bring the outdoors inside, especially with greenery. Green plants, wreaths, and garlands can be scattered throughout your home, not just as decor, but also as a way to create a natural, calming atmosphere. Fresh ivy, eucalyptus, and fir trees in green ceramic pots add life to any room. You can even create a stunning centerpiece with pine cones, faux snow, and a few green plants or branches, capturing the beauty of the winter season. Lastly, let's talk about scent. The scent of winter should be subtle yet comforting. Opt for candles with earthy, woodsy, or citrusy scents. Think pine, cedarwood, or orange spice. If you have a fireplace, the smell of burning wood will add that extra touch of winter nostalgia. Scented sachets with dried lavender or eucalyptus can be tucked into drawers or placed on windowsills for a light, refreshing aroma. To wrap it all up, transforming your vintage farmhouse into a cozy, inviting winter retreat is all about embracing the beauty of rustic, green, and white decor. The warmth of natural materials, combined with the serene palette of green and white, creates a space that feels both timeless and welcoming. Whether you're curling up by the fire with a good book or hosting friends and family for the holidays, this rustic winter decor will ensure that your vintage farmhouse is a place where comfort and style meet, creating lasting memories throughout the season. As you add these personal touches, don't forget to make the space your own. Each vintage piece, every green accent, and each cozy detail should reflect your unique style and warmth. It's the little things that make your home a true haven, one where the charm of rustic winter decor and the welcoming embrace of a vintage farmhouse come together to create a space full of beauty, warmth, and timeless appeal.